Chapter 2: A Witch's Observation of Christians. Before we begin our second chapter, my love, please check out Tennessee preacher Greg Locke's sermon on YouTube concerning demons he believed told him some names of witches in his church rant. I will place a link on my comment section if you're interested. It's strange writing and converting a book to audio form, and I'm still learning that converting this format needs a little tweaking to fully understand the content. Anyway, let's get started with the second chapter, my love. May 11th, 24 Saturday Shadow Firewitch 1. Hello, Star, my dear. It's nice to see that you're not alone trying to identify those stinking witches, haha. But do you see my concern? This poor insane preacher from several years ago is known for advocating violence and having complete meltdowns during his sermons. I know your videos aren't as insane as his are, but could you do me a favor and look at them from my perspective as well as my readers? Here is a preacher that is paranoid that witches are deliberately coming to church to deceive, attack, and cause sickness to Christian worshippers. It is this same hysteria he is projecting to his congregation that occurred in the Salem witch trials that caused the deaths of 19 innocent people accused of witchcraft in America. I'm sorry, sis. I have to ask you. What messages are you trying to project in your videos? To use spiritual discernment and Christian prayers to identify and spiritually attack witches before they attack you? This witch hysteria has been occurring for thousands of years, from King Saul to the burning times of Europe, the Inquisition, the Salem witch trials, to Pastor Greg Locke threatening to expose witches in his church. Modern-day witch hunts, oppressions, and murders are still happening in the world according to the 2023 annual report of the United Nations Human Rights Council that you can read from The Conversation Journal. Don't feel bad about the video you made, sis. You are my family now. That is why I came to you, because I love you and sincerely hope you can see that you don't have to make videos to demonize people for profit. Show the love you have for your God, the wonderful things your divine has done for you, the love and forgiveness that emanates from his divine presence. When I shared my stories with you, I shone the love that is deep within my being. The unconditional love that gives us all the opportunity to evolve into the beautiful humanity we can become if we let go of the hate, the fear, and mistrust of others. Your God so loved the world. Our kind loves the world with perfect love and perfect trust. Where is the difference in the religion? Where is the conflict? I never sought competition when searching for the absolute truths in life. I prayed for cooperation, so that we, as a people, can come as one. As we search for those questions of life, we need to know for the restoration of our honor and humanity for each other. I am not a perfect person. None of us are. You call it sin, I call it mistakes, but the one uniting theme I see in our separate religion is forgiveness. That is why I giggle and hug the people that made mistakes against me, against my religion. When I learn to forgive myself, I learn to forgive others, because it is that beautiful affirmation of vulnerability that makes humanity so beautiful to me. As I leave you on this beautiful Saturday evening, come over here so I can give you a hug and have a good laugh over our mistakes. For we are only human, but we don't have to face the world alone since we are family. See you later, sis. Love you. Hugs. 8 days ago at user HW2 asked a question on your witch video star tunes. Mommy, what is a witch? Are they worse than the devils in our government? Did the devil kill Jesus? May 12th, 24 Sunday Mother's Day Shadow Firewitch 1. My response to this precious person's question. A witch is a wise dweller of the earth by definition. We get our wisdom by humbly observing all the things around us. We are healers, midwives, and normal people with extraordinary gifts we use for the betterment of humanity. We love earth and nature. We harm none. We give more than we receive, for our greatest reward is to help and not harm the people that entrusted us for their care. Take care and blessed be my love. Thanks for asking this question, and hope what I shared brings you comfort, my dear. 4-star and my readers, I had to respond to this dear sweet person's question about what a witch is. I have responded to so many people in regard to witchcraft over the years. That is how I have written over 10,000 articles involving a subject that is so dear to me, my loves. It's 1:48 a.m. right now. As this sleep-deprived witch is writing in this wonderful book, I'm trying my best to make a difference for the people I am blessed to have in my life. I am going to try and get some rest, but we'll resume later regarding an issue I'd like to talk to you that concerns me. Until then, my lovely sister and family, take care. Happy Mother's Day. If you can, spend time with family today because that is what Mother's Day is all about. To love, forgive, and be thankful for our mothers who gave us life and hopefully shown us what true love is all about. I understand that not all mothers are perfect, and for that I am sorry, but just know you are loved and so dear to me. Never forget that, my loves. May 12th, 24 Sunday, Shadow Firewitch 1. Hi, Sister Star. Hope your morning is as blessed as mine is. Anyway, my dear, I have some questions about Christians I'm going to think out loud as I'm writing to you today. Hope you don't mind because you lovely Christians really confuse me sometimes. LOL, winky face. Why are Christians so self-destructive of their own religion, my love? Instead of welcoming outsiders to their faith, they focus on the punishment and wrath of God to condemn people to hell. They always focus on the sin of the person. They never focus on the love or forgiveness of their God to outsiders and discourage them from seeking a relationship with Him. Christians focus more on Satan than God, to the point an outsider thinks their Satan is stronger than their God, because that is what they talk about the most. Another thing I find disturbing about Christians is that they find every excuse they can to discourage a person to give God a chance. Arguing passages from the Bible that a sinner or witch can't love God because they are disobeying His commandments. I understand Christian concerns about passages from the Bible stating things a follower of Christ should avoid, but telling someone they are not allowed to love someone of their own free will is equivalent for me to say you can't love your family because you don't honor the Reed guidelines. We have free will. We can love whoever we want. A Christian has no right to force their will or views on a person's right to have a personal relationship with Christ. Maybe that person is not loving Christ the right way. But that is where love and forgiveness comes in from Christ as the person slowly understands what He is all about and the tremendous love He has for the individual seeking Him out. Why are Christians the best agents for Satan to use? Christians' ego, anger, jealousy, pride, and paranoia of outsiders causes them to find every excuse in the book to discourage people from coming to Christ by invalidating their love for Him. Christians place their will above God by discouraging people to have a relationship with God because they don't worship Him the same way they do. And justify their disgust with outsiders because they don't interpret the Bible the right way. I never seen such a self-destructive religion before where Christian worshippers will find every excuse they can to drive people away from God if they don't worship Him like they do. They focus on the wrath, eternal punishment, and fear of God to non-believers without showing them the love and forgiveness He has for His creation. They bully, intimidate, and shun people if they disagree with them, and blame their childish hate on biblical law they are allegedly an expert on. Christians are so weak in their faith, they are afraid to have fellowship with people of different religions for fear they might stray from Christianity. It almost seems like a cult religion to me since leaders remind their followers that they should avoid any kind of friendship with people outside their faith. Having any kind of relationship with outsiders may make them stray from Christianity, which is strange since most pagans and witches, me included, would not encourage a person to stray from their religious beliefs, and we are not in the recruiting business. As a result, Christians will stay with their own kind to the point of being a cult-like religion, which is dangerous, because once you sever ties with people of other religious faiths, you develop all kinds of paranoia and delusions about people you know nothing about because you isolated yourself from them. With no information from people of other faiths, you begin to fill in the blanks of what you think these mysterious people are, and since they don't worship your God, they must be evil Satan worshippers that are plotting to attack you any minute. Cult-like Christian behavior from paranoia and fear of non-believers can eventually turn into hysteria, To the point of oppression to non-believers by having hostile feelings to people of different faiths, bearing false witness, harassment, intimidation, and shunning of people different than they are. I had hoped we learned from the past horrors of the Inquisition, and which trials accusing people of witchcraft that got out of control by unjustifiable fear generated by people that stopped being rational. Other than the things I just mentioned about Christians, I think they are great, haha. God help me now. Anyway, my love, I hope you don't think I'm attacking Christians. I'm just extremely confused by their hate, mistrust, and fear of people they demonize as monsters if they are not Christian. The key word is that if a person is different from you, that does not necessarily mean they're evil. It is this diversity that brings out the beauty of humanity that should be celebrated with love and not hate. Thanks for listening to my concerns and being part of my family, you strange but lovable Christian. Ha. Hope my questions give you something to think about, and hope you can see the human behind the monster you fear. It's the best way you can love and welcome a non-believer into your family, like I have welcomed you into mine. Love you, dear, and see you laters. May 13th, 24 Monday Shadow Firewitch 1. Hello, my lovely sister. It's the start of another beautiful week, my dear. It's beautiful because you're part of my family, and I'm so happy to be able to share my life with you. Well, my love, I kind of felt bad about yesterday because it really felt like I was attacking Christians, but that is not my style. It's so easy to attack something without providing a solution. The problem with me, hee hee, is that I don't have a solution, but maybe I can share how I witness my Christianity to people I meet. I admit, it is totally messed up, but it works for me, and hopefully it can show you how the Christian part of my love can be shared with everyone I meet. Hey sis, I know what we can do, let's play a game. I love it when Christians play with me. Do you know how hard it is to get a Christian to play with a witch? Haha, it's absolutely impossible, my dear. Anyway, let's pretend you're a witch, winky wink, and we met at a witches' coven gathering, our secret, okay, when you came up to ask me a personal question about my religion. As we role play our game, my dear, this is what I would tell you. Hi, Star. So nice to meet you, and thanks for asking about my Christian faith as a witch. I know this is a controversial subject for people to take, but I just want to say how thankful I am to share my love for Christ and hope it doesn't offend anyone. I've been a witch my entire life, but strangely, I've been a Christian equally as long. I hope I can comfort you in knowing I never had the intention of mocking God in any way, since I really don't see that much difference from Christian, Wiccan, or shamanistic faith. All three religions center on the importance of love, from God's love of the world, to Wicca's search for perfect love and perfect trust. To shamanistic beliefs, we are a part of the sacred creation of our cosmos, and it is the connection and love we have for each other that completes our Creator that is watching over us. To turn the other cheek, to harm none, to respect and love all the sacred creation that is around us and within us too. I bow down to no man or woman, but I do bow down to Christ, not because I have to, but because I want to, since he earned my respect and trust. I am not the safest witch in the world, hee hee. When others run away from tornadoes, I run to them, so I can give it a hug to quiet its destructive winds before it harms someone. I have no fear. I have no doubt of who I am and what my purpose in our world is for. I met a great king that showed me the true beauty of unconditional love for his children, and it was amazing. To be loved and part of a family that loves me beyond words was so touching and amazing. It touched my heart. It restored my soul, so I can evolve to the next level of humanity I so desperately need in my life. Christ's love is not about heaven or hell. It is about being part of a divine love that is so great and pure we can be part of a family if we so choose. We can join Christ or reject him, but it's not going to change his love for us, and it is not going to change my love for you. Regardless of your choice, I would be so honored for you to be part of my family because you mean the world to me, for you have a reason and a purpose for being here. Never forget that, my love. People who are non-Christians are not my enemy. They are part of my family too. I have no judgment for them, only love, and it is that love that will keep us together as a family for as long as they will have me in their life. Besides, atheists keep it real for me when I look at the complexities of life and death. My religion is not about competition, it is about cooperation because I humbly know I don't have all the answers to the meaning of life. But I would be so honored to have you by my side as we search for those answers together. There are people that hate me for being Christian. They say, as a witch, I can't love God because that is not the Christian thing to do. I say otherwise because God is all about love, and that love has shown me how to have faith in people and be there for them if needed. That is what Christianity means to me, and isn't it amazing that a witch like me can be loved by a beautiful God that is watching over me? Imagine the love he has for you too, my love. This is my religion star, and this is how I present myself to the people I am blessed to have in my life. May 16th, 24 Thursday, Shadowfire Witch 1. Sorry for missing a few days of writing to you, sis. I needed to take a break from Christianity and witchcraft. It can certainly take a toll on this witch ugh. Anyway, my adopted kidnapped sibling, lol. I'm glad we have this precious time together. I hope having a witch for a friend can help your life for the better. That's all I really want from you. With all the things I have going on in my life, I really don't have time for spells, rituals, and being one with Mother Earth. I really miss that and can't wait to return to those happy days far away from the things of man. I'm going to try and keep this chapter short because it's depressing and I'm a happy witch, haha, so I don't want to dwell on the negatives of Christianity. I just want to focus on more positive messages in the next chapter, but before I do, I have to get these frustrations out of my system. Otherwise, I would regret it if I didn't share with you all the hate and mistrust most Christians have against witches. I have seen so many videos on Christian-themed channels where every ex-witch was satanic that performed some mysterious dark magic to harm people. And as a result were attacked by demons which scared them until Christians and Jesus saved them. These witches were always on drugs, of loose moral character and horrible people until Jesus saved them. As a witch, I have done so much for my community and the people I am so blessed to have in my life. I never taken any illegal drugs, never got drunk. I'm also married to a wonderful spouse I'm going to be with forever. I'm happy, well-adjusted, and grateful to be alive. I know a lot of witches and they are the kindest, most decent people I have ever known. That's why it is so hard to see these videos of people claiming to be ex-witches because I believe they are lying and I called several out. They couldn't tell me the basics of circle casting, what Sabbaths they celebrated, what Esbats were. I also asked if they followed the Reed guidelines or did they practice left-hand path, chaos magic. Are they solitary practitioners of magic or part of a coven? If so, what coven did they belong to, what discipline, lineage, and faith? Dionic, Gardnerian, Thelema, Alexandrian, Celtic, Cetians, Lavans? They just gave a vague Christian version of witchcraft with no supporting evidence they were really witches, so it is very hard for me to believe their stories. If these people really were witches, I just wish they would have been honest and said they tried witchcraft, but it wasn't for them, and now they are happy. Christian witchcraft is a 24-hour discipline for me, even when I'm sleeping. It is a lot of hard work, responsibility, and dedication I so gladly give to the world I am a part of and the world that is part of me. It brings me so much joy to share my life, make a difference, to love and support all the people I am so blessed to have in my life. I hope if there is anything you can get out of my pen pal letter, sis, is that I love you dearly and hope what I'm sharing with you helps open your eyes to what a witch really is, my love. I will leave you with that thought. On my next entry, I will explain the etiquette of spell casting and share a funny story I have to tell you about a dear sweet crone I once put a spell on to cheer her up. It was hilarious and so fun. I love this woman with all my heart, haha. See you later, sis. May 30th, 24 Thursday, Shadowfire Witch 1. I'm sorry it took so long for me to write to you, sis. But I've been so busy and battle-worn trying to fight the good fight to the people I meet and honored to have in my life. It's taken a toll on my health, but I'm just so thankful being here trying to help people out since that is my mission, my religion, and purpose for being here. Anyway, my dear, a lot has happened since I last wrote you. I've been very active on YouTube channels commenting on people who are afraid of witches to the point of demonizing them, and I've been trying my best to respond to their concerns. Since I never want our society to turn back to the dark times when people were executed for witchcraft or accused of being a witch. That is what I'm going to focus on my next chapter as I try to understand why Christians are so afraid of people that are different from them. I can blend in very well with mainstream society, but I'm also part of a subcounterculture group of wonderfully strange people I call family too. I know goths, witches, vampires, and werewolves, or people that think they're werewolves or vampires, but that is okay, because I think I'm a witch, haha. In all seriousness, though, I couldn't have any better friends and misfit family members I absolutely love and proud to be part of. Whenever I visit a state in the US or another country and need a place to stay for the night, I always feel so much safer with my vampire, goth, witch family than being with a Christian one. I know it's wrong of me to think that way, but Christians are very unpredictable when they find out someone they know has a different faith than theirs. As I close out this chapter, one did promise you a story of a wonderful elderly crone which I met and had to kidnap to make her my mother, haha. Sound familiar? Anyway, my dear, this story happened a few years back during Yuletide. That happens to be the time our coven celebrates winter each year on December 21st, even though the exact day can vary each year. As we were singing our Yuletide/Christmas songs, I secretly put a spell on her because she was hurting and needed a laugh to cheer her up. What happened on that faithful night is a good example about spell etiquette and being careful what you wish for because it might come true. One misconception people have about love spells is that it is unethical to cast a love spell on an unsuspecting person, and I agree. Since love needs to come from your right to choose on your own who you wish to love. Even the Christian God, as powerful as he is unable to make someone love him. Perhaps that is the gift of free will, because love has to come from a place that is deep within your heart. It has to be given freely, lovingly, and unconditionally, or it has no meaning. That is why I try to give out my unconditional love to the people I am blessed to have in my life. I don't love you because I have to love you. I love you because I want to love you. That is the beauty of what true love is. Still, spell etiquette does not stop me from causing trouble from time to time, and I have been known to dabble in a little chaos magic to make changes for the better. As in the case of my dear sweet mother Crone, I instantly adopted on that faithful night. When I first met her, I veered into her soul and was so amazed at this woman's strength, courage, and wisdom. I could tell she had been through so much and we got along so well. When she asked me what my religion was, though, she was so hurt and disappointed to find out I was a Christian witch. Isn't it so strange and ironic that most Christians and witches have trouble with us Christian witches? Maybe you have more in common with witches than what you think, my dear Christian sister. I'm just saying that for now, haha. Well, needless to say, she wasn't very happy with me, but I stuck to her like glue throughout the whole night because I loved and respected her so much. During our celebration, we circle cast a church, had a wonderful solstice ritual, and completed it with Celtic songs to finish the longest night of the year that our Yuletide celebration stands for. In addition to the Celtic songs that we were singing, we also mixed in some old-time Christmas classic songs with a pagan twist. Instead of singing, "We wish you a Merry Christmas," we sang, "We wish you a Merry Yuletide." Well, wouldn't you know it, haha. That gave me an opportunity to be a very mischievous little witch to cause some trouble to my new witchy mother crone I adopted, so I put a spell on her. After I placed the spell on her, this is how she sang the song, I kid you not. "We wish you a Merry Christmas, I mean Yuletide. We wish you a Merry Christmas, Yuletide. We wish you a Merry Christ Yuletide and a Happy New Year." She looked at me with such piercing eyes, but then she laughed and said, "You put a spell on me, didn't you?" I laughed and tried to look as innocent as I could and said, "Maybe, but it could be your subconscious mind because you know I'm a Christian, witch, ha." You can never tell for sure when it comes to magic, Mom. Oh, Star, we had so much fun, and it was nice to hear her laugh. She really needed this healing, and I hope and pray I gave her a chance to heal a little. That is what my witchcraft is all about, my dear. So, if I ever offer you tea, don't drink it unless you ask me first if I put a spell in it. If you suddenly laugh in a room full of people and you see me whistling very guilty, I'm innocent, okay? Or am I? Also, if you ever need a friend that loves you dearly for who you are, I happily volunteer for that position, ma'am. This is my life as a witch, and as I close this chapter about, I want you to know I never been to a religious coven gathering where we plotted against Christians or steal baby souls for Satan. We are a very loving family that celebrates life, earth, and nature. We harm none, we love all, and will accept you into our family regardless if you're a witch or not. It is this unconditional love that gives us the strength to treat people like human beings, like family we are so glad to have in our life. I hope you, as a Christian, can learn this beautiful lesson that gives us so much peace and happiness to be alive. Take care, my love, and see you in our next chapter.